So nearby, everybody, what do you all think about Dormammu from Doctor Strange?
Pretty cool.
I mean, I like him in Ultimate Marvel, where he's just like casting fire at people.
He's so fucking rad. So this is one of the few videos we've done where everybody's in the office. So I don't know who's going to do the introduction on this one, but I guess, Nisha, you're in the middle. You look the most upset to be here. What are we talking about today?
Only just to clarify, I don't feel very well. Not because I hate being here, it's just because it's a Sunday.
Do you know who says that? People who hate being somewhere. What are we talking about today?
Dormammu.
Yes.
From Doctor Strange.
And we're going to be doing a wiki weekend on him. And for those of you out there wondering, well, what wiki are you reading from? You can find that below. But without further ado, would you like to hear oh my God, this quote is so metal, a quote from Dormammu?
Yes.
Know me, for I am Dormammu, he who comes from the outer dark, he who has waited eternities to possess your frail universe. Look upon my visage and no fear, hear my words in your soul and feel it crumble. I scream blood and murder at your weak stars, and my screams are the armies of hell.
Jesus fucking
I can hear the power metal riff.
Just like, what are you doing? What are you doing, Dormammu?
Why was that not in the MCU?
Instead he's in the MCU, he's like, what is this? I'm so mad that he's just a big face, because in the comics, he's just a flaming skeleton wearing like these big fucking shoulder pads.
He's like a cosmic version of Ghost Rider, essentially.
Yes, he looks incredible. And he's, as you mentioned, he's in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and his voicing, that's great as well, because all he does is shit talk. Anisha, you dropped a fact that I was not aware of in like the Doctor Strange movie, which is...
Yeah, he is also voiced by Benedict Cumberbatch, who plays Doctor Strange.
And when you mention that, I can hit, that's like he'd do his Smaug. Mm-hmm. Which we've got, please insert the clip of him crawling around the floor as Smaug.
I kill wherever I please, and none can stop me.
There's that bit in on Graham Norton as well, where they ask him to do the voice, but he also swings his head around like he's a dragon.
I guess you've got to, man. If you're like, you're an actor embodying a role, you're embodying the role of a dragon.
So, Miranda, is your heart beating faster, slower than before?
It's just like, you can do all these like really cool voices, but you can't say penguin.
Yes.
I knew you were going to say that. He can pretend to be a dragon. He can pretend to be an otherworldly cosmic being. Can't say penguin. Guys, are you ready for some fucking band names?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the reason we're making this one today. So, name Dormammu, aliases the Dread One, the Eater of Souls, the Lord of Darkness, the Lord of Chaos. And do you know what I want to try? Because something we've never done for like band names is, can we find like that generic metal font? And just like put some of these, and we'll decide our favourite ones and put them behind us, and the folks at home can decide what's the best band names. We have the Dread One, the Eater of Souls, the Lord of Darkness, the Lord of Chaos, the Lord of the Dark Dimension, the Keeper of the Mindless Ones, Dormy, Dormat, Daddy Dormy, Dormouse, Flambe Head, the Great Enigma, Doorman.
It went
So just went from like the Lord of the Dark Dimension to Dormy.
Fucking Daddy
What was that,
Dormat
Keeper
over here.
of the what?
That is Keeper of the Mindless Ones.
That one.
Okay, so that's Brad's, and he's going to have that in like big metal text behind us there. Nisha, what's your favourite?
Obviously, Doormat.
Doormat, okay. We have that in like another generic metal font. Lucas?
I'm just going with Daddy.
It says Daddy Dormy. What are you going for?
I wish it was Daddy Doormat, but yeah.
It's Daddy Dormy, okay.
Daddy Dormy.
And I think for mine, I'm going to go for like Eater of Souls, but I want to like do the combo breaker. And are you familiar with the band Party Cannon?
I think I've heard of Party Cannon.
Okay, so Party Cannon are like a deathcore death metal band, and they have this logo. And like, so do you know, like we all know the generic death metal logo, don't we? Like the jokes, like you dropped a pile of sticks on the floor. It's like, oh look, I know my new death metal band. And you can't really see it, but can you tell which logo's theirs? So,
I think top left, maybe?
so their gimmick is that they just have a really dumb, colourful, bright logo. So when they're on posters like that, they stand out. So I'm going to do the combo break and do mine of that. We have a few things here for Dormammu. And before we go to powers and abilities, we have to cover physical characteristics, because you'd think, being a cosmic entity from beyond human comprehension, he'd be like hard to define. But we have here gender, male, height 6'1". So, just okay. And then eyes, he's got yellow eyes. Hair, no hair at all. Unusual features, a flaming head, aflame with mystical fire.
Yeah, it's a bit unusual, that.
A bit weird.
Unless he's in the Doctor Strange movie where he's just Zordon. And I love Zordon. Why is Zordon so cool? And I remember as a kid when like the Power Rangers movie when like Zordon's crystal breaks and he's just an old man, I'm like, oh no, Zordon. I got really upset. I didn't want Zordon to die.
Just some guy in a nightgown.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what technology is in that tube to make him go from like guy in nightgown to normal sized guy in nightgown to just giant head.
It's Wizard of Oz tech, isn't it?
Powers and abilities. And his power grid is just 6 for intelligence, then 7 for everything else, except fighting skills.
Fucking hell, really?
Yeah. Well, his fighting skills should be higher, because in like Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, he's really fucking good.
Got like a 50-hit combo.
He's got a 999 hit combo. Dormammu is considered more powerful than Lucifer. Eat a dick, Lucifer.
I don't know how powerful Lucifer is in like MCU.
But also more powerful than Marduk, Mephisto, and Satanish. And apparently served as the creator of the latter. So he created a guy whose name's got Satan in it. And he's also more powerful than Lucifer. Dormammu is of sufficient skill and might to tamper with the spells of Odin against his will. And as Lord of the Dark Dimension did once revert Thor back to his mortal guise, Dormammu has sufficient magical power to hold his own against Agamotto, a spawn of one of Earth's own elder gods, and enough power to stalemate Galactus, who just eats entire universes.
So just the things you're reading now, giant head.
Yeah. The thing is, I think I mentioned this in a video before, but how do you guys feel about the idea I have of like, the reason that Doctor Strange gets so good at magic so quickly is because he actually spent like 1,000,000 years fighting Dormammu. And you never find out how long he was actually in there because it's timeless. And my theory is he just spent so long in there, he mastered every single spell. And because he was fighting against this unbelievably powerful being, like everything else is a cakewalk, which is why after that movie, he's just Sorcerer Supreme. He doesn't really need to study anymore because he spent 1,000,000 years fighting Dormammu.
It does make sense because there's always that thing it's like a trope now whenever there's like an immortal character, they say our time is meaningless. So how long would it take for an immortal character to get tired of something? Mm-hmm. So it would have to be a very, very long time.
You can tell because he got like a couple of white hairs.
As a representative of the Lord Chaos, Dormammu also held the upper hand in a formal game of cosmic chess. According to Loki, Odin speaks to Dormammu as an equal, whereas Dormammu considers Odin as an inferior. He has once even directly challenged eternity itself.
What?
And eternity is its own thing, so it's not the metaphysical concept of eternity, it's like an actual thing that represents it, and Dormammu like try to kick its ass. There are still limits to his might, however. For example, the demon known as Zom has been referred to as his greater, as is his sister Umar.
Zom!
I love Cosmic Marvel because it goes so off the rails so fast. Like, cosmic chess against Odin is the most sensible thing in here. After he had effortlessly defeated all of the Avengers and Defenders combined, including Thor, Doctor Strange, and the Scarlet Witch, a being with enough power to generate alternate realities and permanently shift the nature of the entire Marvel multiverse as a fuck you to Fox, used a hex on the evil Eye of Avalon to make it absorb the overconfident Dormammu. What is that sentence?
Yeah, I don't even know anymore.
From Stranger's lone duel with a fallen Fultonian, being to his conflict with him, aided by the Defenders and other allies, Dormammu frequently displays enough power to ravage a cosmos and destroy the entire Marvel universe. However, he rarely does this. His flames of the Fultine are powerful enough to enable a human sorceress, baptized with them, to destroy any zombie. Just specifically zombies. Also, fuck you MCU for casting Mads Mikkelsen as like some no-name jobber instead of Doctor Doom.
I'm wasted.
The thing is though, he still has a pretty great line of like, Mr. Doctor, Strange. Yes, I know.
I love that.
How long have you been at Kamatage, Mr. Doctor? Mr. Doctor?
It's strange.
Maybe.
So his powers include, but not limited to, sorcery over the flames of the Fultine. Dormammu is composed of pure mystical energy, eclipsing even the greatest of sorcerers in terms of raw power, and he has the ability to manipulate the very forces of magic itself, including Doctor Strange and the Ancient Ones. He's more powerful than those two combined. Dormammu is virtually indestructible and immortal due to his energy, and it is partially increased by worship throughout various dimensions. I'd worship Dormammu.
When you talk about how strong he is, it does make sense that the only way to stop him in the MCU was to like annoy him.
Make him give up.
Yeah.
When it comes to Cosmic Marvel, there's one thing you've got to do when it comes to establishing how strong a character is, and that is you bring in the Phoenix Force. Dormammu was shown himself capable of besting wielders of the Phoenix Force. It's like Superman in DC of like, how do you show a character strong? Have them punch Superman. In Cosmic Marvel, it's like, is the Phoenix Force a factor? Yes, they beat the Phoenix Force. They're so strong. Oh no. We have here banishment. Dormammu can banish all from his domain, the Dark Dimension, but usually opts to fight them. He fights them in a domain of which he has complete and total control, and even if you manage to beat him, he can just go, no, rage quit. Can we edit that fight between him and Doctor Strange? And instead of it just being like, the ending's like, where he decides to give up, it's just Dormammu rage quits and just put in like lost connection to host. We just put that clip in.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
What is happening?
So, superhuman strength. Why do you need? He's made of energy. He has sufficient strength to lift over 100 tons. Astral projection. Oh yeah, sheep talisman, let's go. Among his many powers, he's capable of interdimensional and near limitless astral projection.
I don't understand what the need to lift 100 tons is when you can destroy the entire cosmos.
And when your own aspect of reality is like completely at your control. So transformation, composed of mystical energy, he can manipulate himself with relative ease, changing his appearance and his size to cause massive growth.
Massive face.
I guess. I just wish. All I wanted is Doctor Strange fist fighting a man with a flaming head. Elemental control. He can call on the very elements themselves to do his bidding. Time travel. Pretty self-explanatory, sorry. Well, it says it causes a drain on his powers, so I guess in the MCU he can't time travel. It says right here he can.
But if he time travelled against Doctor Strange with the Time Stone, then...
Shut up.
Oh.
Immortality. He's completely immune to aging and has lived for millions of years. Regenerative healing factor.
Why do they need to list these?
His race is immune to diseases and toxins, and can recover from any injury no matter how severe, even though he's completely invincible. He's invincible, but if you could hurt him, he'd still recover. Energy absorption. He can draw upon the power of the entirety of the Dark Dimension. So, resurrection. He can resurrect other beings at his own discretion. And then abilities, super genius intelligence. Although not omniscient, as he claims, he's still considered a super genius. Well, if you live for 1,000,000 years, read one book a year, done. One book a year and you'll be all right. And then a master martial artist. He's trained in an extra-dimensional fighting style. I hope that involves like punching through reality and hitting you in the back of the head.
I need Multiverse of Madness to just like go into an extra dimension so that we can just see that fighting style.
Physical strength. He is once outmatched, and I quote, a slightly angered Hulk. I like how that's deemed like a miffed Hulk.
Slightly peeved.
A slightly peeved Hulk. Hulk when he's waiting in the queue and it's like, moving a bit slowly.
That's my secret. I'm always slightly peeved.
I'm always miffed. Weaknesses. Dormammu's magical powers are stated to have shown to be weakened when on Earth or in any dimension that's not his own. Despite his enormous power, Minoru's Staff of the One has been claimed by the Dark Wizard of Minorus of the Gibborum formed Pride to be capable of making him tremble. That's too many words I don't understand in a row for that to ever be a thing in the MCU. And then we have, notes, he's a Class 3 demon.
Cool. I think the more we do these wikis, the less stuff surprises me. I just sit there okay, yeah, cool.
You guys have recorded so many, we've edited so many.
Yeah.
Is anyone ever just a person?
Oh yeah. I think when we did Moon Knight, he's just a guy, but he's insane, so it's like...
But he's also got a god interacting with him.
But when he's not got the god, he's just a guy. I think it came up, and then the Winter Soldier is just a guy, but he's got super soldier serum, about as close as you get. And the Punisher is just a guy, but he's mastered every gun. I need a bathroom, but you guys, would you like to promote the new thing?
Make us rich, please.
Okay, I actually do need a bathroom right now.
But wait, you want to just leave a blank green screen and have us chat to the audience?
You want it, yeah?
No, it's just open.
Just like while you guys plug the things. I've been plugging all day, I've been shilling all day. We're back in a bit.
Well,
Okay.
None of us are
I
going
hope
to
that's
appear
it.
on screen. If you'd like to see us appear on screen, go watch Untitled Side Channel.
Yeah, you
content.
might be thinking that this is the joke and one of us is going to walk in and take Carl's place. It's not going to happen.
No.
There's
Effort.
Untitled Side Channel. We've got a Patreon. Go help us out, and maybe we can afford like a second camera to like.
No, I really want
see
to.
us.
I might cut this out, but I really want to go in and put the Action Man on Carl's chair.
Yes.
There we are. Carl has been replaced.
Welcome to Fact Fiend with Action Man.
Yeah, but anyway, there's a side channel that we're all putting content on, and we're supporting it with a Patreon. Oh, hang on.
We've got a new host.
Oh, good. Still going. That's the thing.
Oh, I've got a new host. What are you doing?
That's the thing. I can never like.
Sit on Action Man.
I can never. Oh, that's gonna be a trip to the emergency room, that innit?
How did that get up there? I didn't know I fell on it.
We'd literally have video evidence. I sat on it by accident.